so I'm giving everyone an update. My stomach bug and fellow infections have been healed to a degree. However, blood clots, which I think you can now see. See that? The little rays on the bump there? That's a blood clot, which shouldn't be happening because I've been on blood thinners, Oxycontin, you guys know. I actually remember that from studying. I remember you guys, when I talk about science stuff, it's not just like, oh, I want to prove I'm smart or show off my degree. People who, or my half degree or unfinished degree, you guys know I didn't actually, I'm like a university dropout. But at the same genuine literal time, I did finish the degree. I'm not gonna lie, I was literally getting straight A's the whole entire time. Just on my papers, on my labs, on everything, and I loved the whole entire thing. So, but science is my favorite subject, which I think some people forget. What do you mean? I was like, everyone has a favorite subject, or I don't know. People usually it's science for me. It's but anyway, my point is that aspect of the disease has been healed, or is healing, for the most part. However, I'm now developing a new form of inflammation because of the blood clots. They actually really hurt. And the blood clots, don't worry, Humberton, don't worry, hospital and NHS staff. This isn't a video to be like, oh my god, they're trying to kill me. It's not that. But I don't really like how they're being dismissive about the fact that they had to send me for an MRI because they didn't believe me the first time when I said it hurt, and I just kind of it's from the catheter, so they put the catheter in, and I thought it's because I've been a naughty boy, bending my arm and stuff. So it's like, oh, maybe that caused it. Turns out no, I think they should have just been finding a new spot every day rather than just keeping this nasty ass catheter. Just in there 24/7. It's I usually I'd be like, can we take a break from this or whatever. Obviously it said, and people got me attitude. It was all kind of all kind of stuff, and then that was before it started to clot, right? And right now it's clotted everywhere. I mean, so it's this. You can see that discoloration, that browny purple, that's real. Do you get it? So they've clots here, 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 just these hardened clumps of blood all over, and it actually really hurts. And I keep saying and the guy's oh, tell us if you're in pain, and I'm I literally just said I was. And at first they were oh, trying to make up some story, whatever. And then they moved the catheter. I asked them because I'm it had to be me. Obviously, you couldn't do your job. I was like, can you literally take the fucking thing out and put it on the other arm? Are you literally brain dead? And that's why it's just really sad to be a public figure or whatever. I don't accept this, by the way, but apparently it's the case. Because everyone just sees you as this person that just says stuff. Do you remember? I was then it's oh my god, it's actually, and then no matter how much times I fucking tell the guy, I was like, dude, I can't open my arm. Like, it's not just the pain. I literally can't do it. So, like, because the fucking blood's, like, blocking me from literally extending the arm. I was like, I can't extend it. What part of cannot extend it can you not understand? It's like he's still trying to, like, look at me like, no. Like, you know, like, oh my God. Like he's, like, in fucking shock that I'm, like, not lying. And I'm kind of like, you know, that's really weird. How many people do you guys know? And I guess because of like the Hillsong thing, people pretending to have cancer or for like, you know what I mean? Like sometimes those stories are like multiple layered. Like turns out he wasn't pretending, you know what I mean, or like whatever. But in this case, it was like okay, so then they switched to the other arm, right? So you can see that. Can you see that little bit of like let me see if I can. I literally have to get the light. Okay. So they switched to the other arm. So when you see me like acting like weak and you're like, wait, what are you actually sick with? I'm like, right now it's a bit of muscularity, muscular inflammation. Let's see if we can. Okay, so I think you can kind of see that that is not like a normally enlarged vein. That's the vein that they put the catheter in, and it's just and the vein was normally visible, so this is good, right? Um, and it's really funny. They're like, we need to see it for an MRI scan to make sure that the clots are internal, like they're superficial. And then he's like, oh, but this one, um, I guess I don't know. Like we have to do another scan, and then he's come back, and then they're like, oh, um, um, we don't really need to scan you. We'll just keep you on the meds. And I'm like, I'm pretty sure you should still probably take an image. Just to have a record of the fact that you were the ones that caused this. Now, they think they can have attitude with me. They think they can fucking argue with me. Like, and I'm like, you can't actually argue with me. I'm literally in pain and I can't move my arms. How the fuck are you talking about how, well, I think you're medically clear to discharge. I'm like, what the fuck are you talking about? I didn't come in here with not being able to move my arms and I can't move my arms. Okay, stop challenging me. Like I'm used because so if you're a psychologist and you don't know what I'm doing, I'm using narcissist trigger words against them to show them that they're not in control. They always act like they're the most powerful beings in the universe. So better watch how you piss me off because I might do this and I might do that. I like to say to them, I'm actually one of the most powerful beings in the universe. I actually can afford to piss you off and nothing will happen to me even if you retaliate. Because you're not strong enough. So you're going to have to learn to be in an environment where you get angry, but there's no one and nothing you can take it out on. So where was one arm that I'm having trouble moving around, it's another fucking arm, right? And it's not just about let me see if I can actually like show you. Can I? Yeah, you can kind of see that like big ass vein there. That's not from like workout or like oh hot. Like that's literally it's completely hard and yeah like you know what I mean. And I have a high pain threshold, so I tend not to wince or flinch when you do stuff. Like it'll hurt like hell, but I just won't. And they're trying to judge it based on like what they do. I'm like, my fucking arms are inflamed. And because my arms are inflamed, my body's inflamed. It's like I'm like I literally feel like I have like a heavy case of the flu. Like you know that when you're just like, oh my god, like, and it's just not funny. There's no apologies. There's no nothing. They're trying to like. There was like. You know his supposed and here's what it is. This doctor is called Tom. Um, and I don't even know if he's my real doctor or not because there's other doctors that have come in here and they've been more careful and attentive, like, you know what I mean. But I'm like, the information seems to not be going to everyone. Like when they came, they were like, "Oh, okay." This doctor was like, then they were like, "Oh, we didn't know." I was like, but I literally said it to like everybody ever. I said it to the nurses. I said it to the doctors. How is the information going around? Do you dig what I mean? They're literally not saying what the problem is because it's like so real. I mean, you guys, everything has been going wrong since I've been here and right at the same time. They mixed up the age of my thing. They put me as 1972, so people are. I mean, it's, you know, Waltham. They just a whole bunch of different things. And I'm just gonna send them a message through the video. I'm not using the hospital to like gain pity for homelessness or like whatever. I can sort my own housing out. You guys genuinely need to do your job. I think you're getting too personal. Like you're getting, and this is why I try to insult people. Do you get it? Because like everyone's like, oh my god, he's so nice, like whatever. And I'm like, I don't really trust people these days. I don't really know if you really mean it. And some narcissists are the worst people in the world because like you literally take sarcasm to the point of denial, where you're like, oh, this is. I'm like, okay, look, that's not called sarcasm because you've done it too convincingly. Does that make sense? Like it's like, is this your way of telling me you're actually having a good time with me or you're not? It's so annoying. Like, did you get what I'm trying to say right now? What I'm trying to say is that narcissists can be such pussies. They'll never just say to your face, I don't like you. They'd rather just fucking pretend for literally the motherfucking ever. And you're kind of like, just just say it. So I can be like, oh, really? Like, okay, whatever. No, they don't want that. That's why sometimes I don't really get why people are afraid of them. You know, they're like, oh, and I'm like, they're kind of fucking stupid. You expect me to believe that you're not the desperate one by trying to. It's like they've actually managed to convince themselves and other people that because they're really like good at lying and like, you know, and some basic shit like that's supposed to mean that like, oh my god, like, you know, I can't believe someone could do something. Like, how could you lie so cold heartedly, or how could you like? It's just kind of like, look, they were desperate to get the affections of people. That makes them the weak person. Not, wow, they really conned everyone. It's like, no, they didn't. Um, yeah, and it's just like not funny. Oh, by the way, I have a new phone. I got it from my job. Like I have multiple one of those, so I thought I would just show you that I'm a person. I'm joking. Um, it's a little different than I thought. Um, you know what I mean. But who does this phone? Yes, this phone is mother. Um, you know, I always saw people as things and things as people. So I would be like, "Oh, mommy, this is you," and it would be like this, like gorgeous, like diamond-shaped pink bottle with like crystal reflects and thing. And I'm like, "This is like you." I like, or how we pick perfume is we go to the perfumery and we smell different ones, and then I usually and then I know like so when people want to, and then you know, you're like, oh, and then but it's not like that when you're like in a family or a group. It's like I, you know, your beloved, the 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 axis on which you rotate, um spoke, and you listened and you heard and you obeyed, and but it's not like in your world, narcissist world. This is like because you love me and I love you and we're obsessed with each other. It's very different. You know what I mean? And it works vice versa too. I like when people announce themselves. My you know, they say, "I am here," like you know, like you know, it is I, mother. It is I. Um, you know, Fernandez, it's his eyes, such and such. Um, uh, and such is the case. So, um, I'll be like, this smells like you. This smells like you, mother. But that's not. But there's things that don't smell like mother. Or mother is. I'm not gonna say. I'm not gonna say. Um, but this is a sentiment that she would understand. Like if I would like this. Well, this is you, mother. That is that making? I'm like, this is you. Um, her favorite colors are lilac. Um, so she's very, very different. Some people have a favorite color. She has a favorite tone or shade. So someone might say, I like mauve. Um, and mauve is any color with a bluish, grayish, purplish undertone. So lilac is, you know, the not magenta, so the light pink, light lavender. This is the way. So, um, you know, there we go. I mean, I might say this is mother, but does this smell like? Yes. What's this? Rose and bergamot and rosehip. Okay, somewhat. You know what I mean? This is me right now. Like so much pain to move my arm. They're gonna like talk about how oops. I'm like, you guys just be like oops. You know, you don't have to say you're sorry. Just say oops. Like shit. The catheter thing got fucked. Like, you know, whoops. So I thought I would have some synergy today. Um what do you think? So funny, right? Oh, there we go. Oh, we're gonna like switch it to that side. But yeah, I wanted to do this because I thought it was really cute. Because I took a God, remember that video? Literally, that. You see how like acting is? You see acting. You're like, oh my god, that is all I bit off. But you see how it looked like this massive crunch, and you kind of like had this like, mm, mm, like kind of like juicy apple like kind of energy. Like I said, you don't have to go through it in real life. You know, just pretend. um, you know, you know, they're like, oh, we want you to take a real bite because we want, and it's like, you see, you're projecting. You're projecting. Apples are disgusting. So if I take a real bite, I'm not gonna enjoy it. You want me to sell your image. You want me to sell what you think. You want me to sell what you like, but that's not what I like. I am an actress. Okay? Not like a realist or whatever. Like, so no, I don't want to bite the fucking. I don't want to eat that. I don't want to do that, and I'm not doing it. But then, okay, don't make the movie. Oh, the contract. Okay, then put me in jail. Make sure you video it and tell everybody. Sometimes I'm like, you can't actually do that. I mean, realistically, say someone's like, okay, you're gonna go to jail for not honoring your contract. Literally, just video it and tell everybody. What are they gonna do? You're not allowed to talk about it, like, or we'll put you in jail. Like that's what you're already doing. I'm gonna talk about it. Like I'm gonna tell everybody. No, it's actually like not funny. I was like, you can't use the fact that you're working on a project for entertainment as an excuse to lock the doors and turn off the cameras with kids. That's not how that's not how it works. Actually, I don't give a fuck. media companies right now, no more surprises. You're not Santa Claus. You don't plan surprise parties. That's not how it works. I don't give a fuck if you don't want people to know. That's not how it works. From now on, everything that you're doing gets filmed and posted. I don't give a fuck if you signed a contract. Do it anyway. Like, whoops, I'm the new person in this film. I'm the starring in this. I'm like, no, no more hidden behind closed doors. And then that's weird. That's weird and that's shady. It's happening, whether you like it or not. There's a spell to, there's a, what's it? Exposition. There's an exposition spell to expose incidents. Auxiliary veritati. Uh, what's aperi? Mm. It means like incidents. What did I say? The truth of the incidents are opened. Open truth incidents, something like that. So, under the context of my brother, so I used to be this person that had a brother um, called Jordan Benjamin Nelson, and he is, blood, like my mom likes after me, and then like him. Okay. Um, both my mother and me were kind to him, but he is just of the demon, but not like real demons, we're demons. But he is technically actually angel, but like not fun angel, right? The kind of angel that's like, I don't drink, I don't smoke, I'm not violent, like I don't like that kind of stuff. I'm like, oh. So he's always like telling me off, like don't like this and don't that and don't be angry and don't yell at people and don't feel and don't exist. And I'm like, I'm sorry, um, I I don't do that, and that's not how we were raised. Like he keeps trying to ignore mother, and my mother raised me to kill. Like I told you, I didn't like I was not raised in a house that believed that killing was wrong, and people needs to realize that killing technically isn't wrong, and there's lots of protections in the law for people who need to kill in self-defense. And since no one else is talking about this stuff, and I'm a spiritual life coach that has always decided to be authentic, then I am going to talk about situations like this. And the term is called bloodlust. What is it called when you, it's not murderous, it's called bloodlust. And it's an emotion, and I channeled this from the future. Everyone has an amount or capacity to feel certain wavelengths of the emotional spectrum, and bloodlust is one of them. So when you Google bloodlust, when you Google emotional spectrum, it's not on there, right? There's like depression and sadness and all these useless things, but there's not bloodlust. Do we understand each other? I don't have time for people to be in denial right now. You are refusing to um oh wait, can I show you this for a second? This is the like menu order that I did. Isn't it kind of cute? You know, apple juice cutlet, brown morning roll, chicken soup, chicken goujons. Okay, so chicken goujons is literally like French, European, and oh, by the way, um, we're still Europe as like a continent. You know what I mean? Even if Brexit is real. Brexit's not real. Okay. Chicken goujons, and then plum and cherry crumble, side room two, side bitch two. No, I'm joking. So um, printed the 16th of April, 9, but it's really it's kind of cute. See my it's my little lunch today. Not today. This is a few days ago, but yeah, chicken goujons is basically French for like fried chicken. Like, I know, right? You're like, we're never calling it fucking fried. So, yeah, if you see a Frenchman go into KFC and say chicken goujons, and you'd be like, no, and I'm like, yes. You're like, mm-hmm. Um, uh, uh, you know, cute. And it was very tasty. It was served with haricot beans, um, which is British for baked beans. Like, you know how you guys say like baked beans, like we say haricot beans here in tomato sauce. I'm just so missing. I'm not like that's not like upset. I'm literally just missing. But actually that is what that is true. Haricot beans and tomato sauce. So you know, it's just how you know we like. Can I have the omelette, haricot beans, and Cumberland sausage? But what would be there's no chipotle and a chipotle. Not chipotle, chipotle. Chipotle. No. Let me. So you're like no. So you're like what? I like no. We don't call them links here. Like let me just. You know, not everything has to be chipotle. Chipotle. Oh, chipolata. Oops. My like Greek, which my chipotle. they're like no, we like that way you say it. Chipotle. Chipotle. Like okay. Um, chipolata. Do you see this? But everyone here is too like embarrassed to like say it, so that's why I've been here for fucking how many years, and like I've literally heard no one. Chipotle. I'm joking. I'm literally joking. That's just how it's said. Um, ooh. You're like, excuse me, Dalano? I'm like, yeah, you're excused. You can do whatever you want. I said beef vindaloo today, but I should have said the mutton karai. Oh no, problems. Um, yeah, I think maybe the videos that I'm making are giving the wrong impression. So in case any hospital staff or people are watching, I am literally known to use meditation to overcome pain. So I am actually in pain right now and feeling really horrible, but I have to work. Okay? I don't rest as Sorcerer Supreme. Um, and like I said, for people who don't want to take that seriously, that's totally fine. However, penne pasta with red onion peppers and courgette and tomato meals. Okay, what did I get today though? Let's be really quick. I got meatballs and pasta, which we usually eat. Yeah, penne pasta with pork meatballs and a tomato and garlic basil sauce. We'll see. We'll see. Um, and then I got. I mean, come on, this menu is ridiculous. You know what I mean? They've got an African and Caribbean section that has jerk chicken with steamed cabbage and jollof rice, mutton and stew peas served with mixed vegetables and rice, and literal ackee and saltfish served with steamed cabbage and jollof rice. Excuse me? Where do you get off with ackee and saltfish? That is dangerous. I haven't tried it because I'm like cute and selfish, ambitious, flattering. Uh, um, but there's there's a lot. I mean, mother would like she okra masala served with red lentils and rice. You guys want to know what's going on there? Like you gotta do your own spiritual research. I literally am in a position where I became very sad about things, and my kind of like mental illness was used against me. Um, the word mental illness can be tricky. Like you guys, depression counts as mental illness. So if I go like I'm mentally ill, it's not. So I'm gonna clear some things up for you for real, right? When people say mentally ill or mental health or like that kind of stuff, they literally just a specific diagnosis of mental health that they mean, and the specific term is a paranoid schizophrenic, right? Bouts or episodes, not labels. Someone who experienced episodes of paranoid schizophrenia, or just someone who experienced episodes of schizophrenia, psychosis, neurosis, hallucinations, like etc. etc. That's supposedly what people mean when they go they're crazy, they're deranged, they're whatever. I'm like, you're not a psychiatrist, shut up. It's that kind of stuff. So they've been saying that like, do you have any mental health problems? I'll be like, yes. They're like, ooh, and I'm like, depression and PTSD. They're like, oh, oh. I'm like, um, ooh, chicken and smoked ham and a creamy sauce with mushrooms. Ooh. The mushroom stroganoff also was fantastic. Mushrooms in a creamy paprika sauce served with rice, peas, and parsley. Mm. Wait, what did I get today? Okay, yeah. Um, ooh, thank you. Thank you so much. Yay. Thank you. How are you today? Yeah? Yeah. Guys, I want to show you this, right? I want you guys to manifest this, okay? I don't know if you know what this looks like. I don't know if you know. Oh. Oh, look at this. And it has a little quote. This is I'm really proud to be British. Like I'm literally not gonna lie. A lot of people thought, oh no, he has an American accent, like And I'm like, do I? Is Fred 6 years old? Okay, technically yes, but you know what I mean. I declare, after all, there is no enjoyment like reading. That sounds like my kind of bitch. Jane Austen. Do you know what I mean? Like you guys are like trying to compete, and I'm like, don't. You're like, oh my god, like I'm not. Oh, Steve Jobs and Apple. Like, oh my god, we're so rubber. Like Elon Musk. I'm like, you guys literally need to relax. Okay, you really need to relax. Because only when your shit looks like this, right? When like, is when you do. Do you know what I mean? So let's, I'm giving you guys a tip, you guys. Okay. Is that okay? Hmm? You're like, no, you can't be like this. And I'm like, I can. No, I'm joking. You're right. Okay, so yeah, I want you guys to be like, are you kidding? I'm like, yeah. I'm sick of this like bad boy shit. You know what I mean? Like, the bad boys hanging. Like, no. So, just to, let's just be really clear out. So, I'm not complaining. I'm literally just helping. So right, I'm kind of done. So I'm not like, if people at hospital are watching this, like, don't say anything. I promise it's just for a video, okay? But what we're gonna do right now is we're gonna have a very lovely lunch, dinner slash breakfast, or like, you know what I mean. So we're gonna have chicken soup again because we know what we like and we know why. We're gonna have beef vindaloo, okay, with red lentils and vanilla rice. That's what I call plain rice, right? Like vanilla rice. Like, I feel like that's not the point. Sometimes it's like nice to have garlic rice, coriander rice, something, but sometimes it's nice to just be like nothing. Like not nothing, like, you know what I mean? Like, what's the word I want to use? Like a refreshing, just deny yourself like spices and the extra things. Okay, so this is like one of my favorite brands and my favorite things to do. Okay, so you just have a look at that right now. Okay, this very lovely bottle of red, and because it's Europe, it's literally like, and this is what it looks like. So just one more time, um, you do not need to brag. Okay, so this is, I'm just showing you. You're like, Dalano, that must be some, that like, and I'm like, now 13.5% volume alcohol in that. Mm, You know, so it's a glorious Cabernet Sauvignon. It's 2021, the Corona year, which is lovely. Um, and but is it? It's 1883. It's just some Stefan and Damon shit. You're like, oh, and I'm like I said, this is where I live. And you know, this is how we live. So because it's obviously we have beef, so um, you know, okay. So let's a smooth. Let's see what they said. Let's see what the guy. Let's look. All our grapes are produced with 100% renewable energy, showing our commitment to the race for zero carbon emissions. So let me just get that out the way. Let's just get that out of the way. Um, a smooth and medium-bodied Cabernet Sauvignon with deep and intense ruby red hues. Very fantastic. gorgeous, just and lovely, bright cherry, black currant, and dark plum with toasted oak and hints of coffee and dark chocolate. Okay, silky tannins and long, ripe fruit berry aftertaste. Best open and serve between 18 and 20 degrees. White meats, pork, red meats, and cheeses. And here it says know your limits. Drink responsibly. Wine of Chile. Produced in Chile. Now, but I thought you said, and I'm like, that's the point. We have good relations. So when some people are, I know people can get like very caught up in, and if I just show you that there's like these inscriptions all across, it's very, this is like the craftsmanship on this is superb. Look at this. It just takes you very far back, and it's very emotive. Ugh, these people are dirty. I could tell. Filthy. Too dirty to clean their acts up. Right? Why would you leave Octopus Energy? Why? Why would you choose anything else? Where are you going? So, one more message to Oliver Orange. I was like, no, you become British. Are we understood? I'm joking ish. And I just, so put that away for now. And let's get back to the, so here you go. Right? There you also go. I mean, I was gonna give you my new number, but when I did it last time, something very strange happened. I don't know, like someone like just used it for something very odd. I don't know. But why not? It's my world. And there you also go. As well. You. Let's juice. Let's reduce. Some of you will learn humility if it's the last thing I teach you. Showing up to me talking about you're some big shot. Sure. Okay, so onto my brother. So I've cut him off. I've made it public. And he tried to cut me off first, I think. And I'm gonna tell you. So then I went, oh, is that so? So I used my magic to heal us, build a relationship back up, and then cut him off. That's not how this works. Then like you try and break up with me, and I'm like, oh my god, like what did I do wrong? I'm literally like instantly, and I go to all this stuff like I'm so sorry. I'm like oh yeah, like I fix it, and then like as soon as you good now, okay, bye. That's how I operate. I am disgusting, and I take revenge. So hurt me, but there's totally a price. Do we understand each other? Good. And I did the same thing with my dead dad, who's now dead, because of the death spell that I cast. It was to I did a spell to kill him of a heart attack, but he died of an aneurysm. You know, still working on it. Uh, what was I gonna say? Oh no, I actually need spoon. Um, yeah, he tried to like cut me off when I came out, and like ever since that, he's been using like that as an excuse to then tarnish my personality. So everyone's like, okay, Dalano's literally perfect. So, so like he's been, oh, he's selfish. Mm, mm, he's this and he's that. I'm like, excuse me. Do you get what I mean? When I came out to him, he literally said to me, you know, when he told me that you were gay, it was like you died. I was like, oh my god, um, David, please don't overestimate your importance to me. Like he thought it was this big thing, and he actually went around and told everyone, and even some of my enemies. I found out it's because they were on my dad's side, and they thought like whatever, and I'm like, okay. Everyone hated him except for Jordan. But sure, you're on the winning side. Very strange. Um, I feel really bad about the plain rice thing. I'm just like you guys know. I don't think you get it. It's like an artistic choice, if that makes sense. There's probably like an overwhelming amount of herbs in the other things. But I did get one. It was just like, okay, I just wanted to like stand up for them. Like I'm like, you guys, I don't think you get. I'm trying to stand now. Okay, so, um, you guys got in front of me. Okay, so, um, yeah, he kind of and then they failed to tell the police. But that's why it's cut me off. So funny. Instead, and then that was like 2000, I don't know, 15 or something. And instead, they tried to act like my father's cut me off because I was violent towards him. Because I stabbed you in the neck with a knife. Dude. You know what I mean? I mean, come on. People have done worse to each other. That's no reason to cut people off. So, I stabbed him in the neck with a knife. In 2019. Yeah. I went to court and everything, don't worry. It was self-defense, and I wouldn't call it self-defense, I was defending someone else. Which and like a true little bitch, he was like, "Oh, I played the victim," and then he was like, and then he actually put up a fight, whooped his ass anyway. So you know what he did? Made some false report that like I was a helpless bunny rabbit sleeping in my bed, and then my son just came in, and he just began to, you know, he tried, and he actually told people I tried to sacrifice him to the devil. I didn't. Okay, maybe, but was I practicing human? Was I practicing sacrificial magic? Yes, I was. So, but don't worry, guys. He's too dead right now to say anything else. And you know, did I get paid from God for this? I mean, like, you tell me. So I don't know. I think people thought I wouldn't say anything. People thought I was ashamed. I was like, bro, what kind of person does that? Someone who has things to do. I'm not here to like gain popularity and attention from you. I'm gonna go ahead and plate this now. Oh, I see. Oh, I see. No, you're right. Is there anything else to read? Yeah, I like the ingredients on this. It's all very clear. It's just like chicken, water, beef. Like I mean, when it is chicken, like, you know what I mean. Okay, so no, yeah, I ripped into his neck with a knife, and I didn't deny it ever. You know what I mean? I think he wanted me to like deny it. Like, no. As soon as the police came, I was just like, it was self-defense or like whatever. You know, I was just like, nah, because I was fucking proud, and I'm still proud. And I want him to know in hell where he is right now. Again, for anyone that needs to catch up, he is dead. He died of an aneurysm. His funeral happened. You know, all those colleagues and his workmates turned out. You know, but you know who wasn't at his funeral? You know who wasn't at his funeral? His own wife, my mom, who's been on the run from him for a while, can finally rest in peace in the living. I know people think my mom's like dead or something. I'm like, you guys? No. I talked to my mom last week. Okay, relax. You know, and when I talked to her sister, we were like literally laughing. Like it was just like she was like, "Sorry about your dad," and I was like, literally busting out in laughter. I was like, "What? Oh, you're joking, Auntie. Auntie joking. It's so funny." Um, um. So I just thought it was funny. Oh, this is nice. Oh shit. gonna plate this? Oh, okay. Ooh, shoot. That looks yummy. Okay, I want it to be like kind of artistic, but I'm gonna have to just like wing it right now. Yeah. So I did a spell, and he dropped that. Now, what happened is he did everything for show, right? He went to church to pretend to be some big Christian guy and out Christian me, and how kind of funny. The moment imagine you're a pastor and a son, and you have your dad, and he's the pastor, and everyone thinks that imagine you kind of suspect like it's just the flex on you, and you're kind of like, what the fuck? Flex on not on others, on me? What's the flex? Yeah, he's an innocent person. Get it? He's serving gold. Now, ooh. Okay, yummy. Let's see if I can show you how I've done it. So I decided to go rice with the red lentil aspect of the curry on top of that. A little bit of beef, and then the beef on the side. Look at this. These fat fucking chunks of cow. We are vampires, yum. Embrace your bloodlust, or else it will embrace you. That's not revolutionary, that's common sense. So this is not incriminating evidence. So what I'm not doing is opening that bottle of bread and having any of it with this very delicious beef vindaloo. That's not what's happening. Okay? I mean it. That's not what's happening. This is just me pouring some water, and that is what's happening. Okay? Oh, let me just show you. Look at that. Look at that little look at that. Isn't that fantastic? Celebra del Diablo. I think it means wine from the devil's cellar, but also interpret it the way you want to interpret it. And just bear in mind the book of the Phoenix. See, that's a peacock there. Peacocks represent phoenixes. Okay. Unfortunately, I think I have to eat this ice cream. My appetite is coming and going. So some days I'm like ready to eat, and then some days I'm like, whoa, I can't fit anything in the stomach anymore. I did have apple, pear, and banana today with some hot chocolate, but if the hot chocolate was rough, I was like, I probably should have just had mint, peppermint tea. It's really nice to have transformed eating habits. You can get that through meditation. Some people, they feel a little bit insecure by my eating habits because they're like, why are you so like cringingly healthy? They're literally like, and that's how I think I beat these fitness coaches and like this dumbass one that used to because I found a way to reprogram people's minds to literally want vegetables. I use hypnotherapy, you guys. I'm like, oops. Like literally, it doesn't matter if it's you could be like, I'm fat forever because I love Twinkies, or I eat too many Cinnabons, or I'm like, okay, I can literally use hypnotherapy to get you to associate those things with disgust, and you're like, yeah, you literally want to throw up. You'll be like a vampire or something. where you're like the only thing you can keep down is blood. The only thing you can keep down is like healthy vegetables. And, like, I'll literally make you be like, oh my god, I'm in the mood for just soup, just vegetable soup. Um, so can you imagine a person that like is obsessed with eating vegetable soups and vegetable stews, and and no bread, just homemade stuff. You're gonna, I mean, one of the things I used to do all the time, especially because sometimes you need that carb hit, but not really, is just make vegetable pies. Vegetable pies, vegetable meat pie. That's like it's basically just vegetables, steamed herbs, garlic's like so nice, and like meats, and obviously. But the idea is like you've got like all these different vegetables, some carrot, turnip, onion, garlic, you know, some different sweet potato, sweet hot peppers, paprika, like just like these really nice, flavorful, intense, and then just a thin little pie crust on top, just like a vegetable pot pie, chicken pot pie, thin. So you're just completely set. You're like, oh my god, this is literally just like so nice. And and um, you know, oh my god. Okay, let's see if I can show you that little. So let's go for this nice fat chunk right there. Oh my god. Let's have some necrotelly.
After years of sexual abuse by their father, and that they don't deserve to die in prison. Most of their surviving family members believe they've been rehabilitated and should be released.
It's time to recognize the injustice they've suffered and allow them the second chance they deserve.
Prosecutors say the brothers killed their parents, Jose and Kitty Menendez, for a multi-million-dollar inheritance and have never taken responsibility for their actions. LA's District Attorney, Nathan Hochman, says they have repeatedly lied about their claims of self-defense.
In looking at whether or not the Menendezes have exhibited the full insight and complete responsibility for their crimes, they have not.
The brothers' trial in the 90s was one of the first high-profile murder cases to be shown live on television. It gripped audiences around the US and garnered worldwide attention.
Eric and I killed our parents together, so I'd say that makes us pretty close.
A Netflix documentary and TV drama about the case has gained the brothers new notoriety and new supporters, with many suggesting if they were put on trial today, sexual abuse will be taken more seriously, potentially leading to a very different outcome. But today's hearing is not a retrial, it's a resentencing that could eventually lead them to being set free after more than 35 years behind bars. Peter Bowes, BBC News, Los Angeles.
The King and Queen have attended the Maundy Thursday service at Durham Cathedral this morning. King Charles used the occasion to praise the courage and compassion of humanitarian workers in war zones. The Queen attended the traditional Easter event alone last year because of the King's cancer treatment. Norlangi has this.
The King and Queen arriving at the annual Maundy Thursday service. During the event, held this year in Durham Cathedral, the King gave out specially minted coins, the Maundy money, to people recognised for their service to their communities. The money was presented to 76 men and 76 women, the same number as the King's age.
The atmosphere was just amazing. It's sort of you're hanging around for ages, but it builds, and you get this sort of amazing pomp and ceremony. Which I'm not a great pomp and ceremony person, but this really hits you.
The coins include a £5 one commemorating Queen Elizabeth, the Queen Mother, and a 50p one featuring stories from the Second World War. Earlier, the king issued an Easter message in which he contrasted the work of humanitarian workers with scenes of war, saying, "One of the puzzles of our humanity is how we are capable of both great cruelty and great kindness. There are three virtues that the world still needs: faith, hope, and love. And the greatest of these is love." Last year, the Queen attended the service alone. The King missed it because of his cancer treatment. His return echoes her recent message that his health is getting better and he wants to do more and more. Nora Nanji, BBC News.
Seven-time champion Ronnie O'Sullivan has been drawn to face long-term rival Ali Carter in the first round of the World Snooker Championship in Sheffield. O'Sullivan has not played competitively since snapping his cue after withdrawing from the Championship League in January. Our sports correspondent Esther McGregor joins me now. Esther, Ronnie O'Sullivan hasn't yet confirmed if he's going to play.
No, and Lewis, I don't think it's unfair to describe Ronnie O'Sullivan as an enigma. Like you say, 2 days before such a major tournament, and we don't know if he'll play or not. But let's go with he will play. And like you say, what a mouth-watering prospect against an old rival in Ali Carter. The backstory to this, the two used to be practice partners, but it's fair to say they no longer see eye to eye. Famously at the World Championships in 2018, we can see here, they bumped one another, and there was a few words afterwards. Worth saying, Ronnie O'Sullivan does have bragging rights because he's beaten Carter 24 of the 27 times they have played. If O'Sullivan does play this weekend, he will be vying for a record 8th world title. But he's spoken in the past about how at times he falls in and out of love with the sport. So we're just awaiting confirmation. Without Ronnie, the Rocket Sullivan, Mark Selby, a four-time world champion, says this year promises to be one to remember.
I think just in general, our sport over the last 4 or 5 years, the standard of snooker has been really tough. I don't think at the top of the game it's really any better than what it was years ago, but the strength in depth all the way down the field is a lot tougher now, and yeah, it's probably going to be one of the best championships we've had for a long while.
Mark Selby himself will be facing qualifier Ben Wollaston, some other notable names as well. Number one, Judge Trump, and defending champion Kyron Wilson will be taking on China's Lei Pifan. A record 10 players from China will also be playing at this tournament. The action starts this Saturday at the Crucible in Sheffield.
Thank you. Now, for the first time in 112 years, next month's Chelsea Flower Show will include a garden designed with dogs at the centre. Monty Don has created it with help from his golden retriever Ned, as Jane Hill reports.
It's a dog garden in so much that it's a garden for people who have dogs. The idea is designed by the dog.
Right, Bessie Beth. Yeah? We're going to meet Monty. Hi, Monty. This is Beth and
Beth,
Ned.
hello.
I know. Hello, Ned. Hello,
Ned is slightly overexcited.
Well, so's Beth. You just can't tell because she's a lot older, but she's had a good sniff around already. With Chelsea a matter of weeks away, it's time for Ned to have his say about the garden's layout. So talk us through the thinking here and how you've managed to get him involved.
In principle, what it means is that there are no set paths. It's wherever the dog wants to go, and we make access from that. And if the dog decides to change that, we can change the path. If you have a sort of sense that the dog inherently wants to go in certain places, so you allow that to happen.
And is the idea that if you or the gardener is pottering around, working in their garden, their dog has somewhere to go and somewhere to be, that they're with you, but they're not right by you?
I think to a certain extent, it's also the idea that the dog can be in your beautiful garden without trashing it. Because, you know, it's about creating an environment where gardener and dog can coexist without either sort of lessening the experience. We've got a lawn. There are not many Chelsea gardens that ever have. And the lawn won't be an immaculate lawn. It'll just be comfortable for the dog. So that it'll be mown, but maybe only once every 10 days, and it'll be a bit scratched and a bit scrappy, and there'll be a few weeds, because the whole idea is it's somewhere where the dog can lie, play, and do, because anybody who has a dog knows that they need room.
You mentioned weeds in the lawn.
Yeah,
Is that a first for Chelsea? Let's continue our
of
walk.
course, the irony is, it's much more difficult to grow a weedy lawn for Chelsea than it is in Maxima, because they all have to be grown and planted in.
There will be people watching across the country saying, lawns and dog pee. We all know what happens.
It's the whole point of this garden. And I think where it is maybe a first for Chelsea is we're accepting compromise because of the dogs. And then we've got a shady area, so if it's hot, they can go in.
Yeah, shade's important, isn't it?
Really?
For dogs.
Yeah.
The Royal Horticultural Society says for Chelsea, this dog garden is something of an experiment.
It is quite surprising, and I think it's the first time ever that a dog has actually been part of the design team. We are a nation of dog lovers, we're a nation of garden lovers. Also, we're a nation, a world perhaps at the moment, where things are all a bit, bit hard work. So let's get outside and enjoy your outside space, whether you've got a garden, whether you've just got a balcony, whether you can just go out into your local park, get outside and just enjoy.
And along with all the attention that's being paid to the plants and the trees and the grass, there's also going to be a dog house in this garden, complete with big squishy sofa for you and your pooch.
They get muggins to come along. So I think I love dogs almost more than I love gardens. So I'm happy. I'm happy to do a garden. Our plants are very basic. There are no exotic plants in this garden at all.
So I'm still doing a
all
video.
It's
Still in
accessible.
pain.
Completely
Still
accessible.
sick. Still all that kind of stuff. But I think for the doctors, they're like, you look fine.
We've got beach. We've got plants.
I need to make a video.
These are plants that you'll see in 1,000 gardens across the land. So the whole thing comes together as a celebration of dogs in the garden.
When Chelsea's over, the garden will live on, relocated to Battersea Dogs and Cats Home. Jane Hill, BBC News in Surrey.
Okay, let's get a reminder of our top headline this afternoon. There will be new guidance for areas like changing rooms, hospital wards and prisons, following the ruling that a woman is defined by biological sex.
Yep.
And we take a trip to the lakes to look at how UK holiday hotspots have recovered 5 years on from the first COVID lockdown.
Yeah. Thank you.
Oh, did Tom come to speak to you? In the next half hour, time now for a quick look at the weather. Hi, Stan.
Hi there, Lewis. Thanks very much. Good afternoon to you. Well, the Easter holiday's nearly upon us now, and it's looking very changeable. Once we get out of Good Friday, which will be a tale of two halves, rain in the west, drier in the east, Easter weekend will be a slow improvement. I think Easter Sunday will fare best with fewer showers and good sunny spells, and then Easter Monday is going to be one of sunshine and heavy showers. So you can see what I mean by changeable. So Friday, it'll be wettest out west, quite windy too. Saturday, slow improvement with the clouds tending to melt away and the showers easing. Easter Sunday, probably the best day of the holiday with regards to dry and bright weather, feeling a bit warm too. And then we'll see some hefty downpours for many of us, particularly in Wales. But Easter Monday, I'll have more for you in about half an hour.
Thank you, Stav. 3 former sub-postmasters have been awarded OBEs for their services to justice following the Post Office's Horizon IT scandal. Lee Castleton, Seema Misra and Chris Hebb received the honour at Windsor Castle on Wednesday and say the award serves as a reminder that they're still fighting for compensation. Tim Muffin has been to meet them.
You're about to receive an OBE. How are you feeling at the moment?
Very happy and excited. What a journey has been from being a criminal to an OBE.
Do you feel proud?
Yes.
So you should. Are you wearing a monitor tomorrow? You're shortly to receive your OBE. How are you feeling?
Very proud and very excited. Really looking forward to it.
The Post Office scandal has had a devastating impact. Lives have been wrecked, reputations shredded.
Oh, that looks lovely.
But friendships have also been formed.
Very nice.
It's like an extended family. How is the spices?
Beautiful, absolutely beautiful.
When you like Lee's coming to Windsor Castle, it's like you're coming so near, so you have to come. No.
The bonds are so deep, really, because we travel such a hard, terrible road. Gives you great self-belief. And
and strength.
Lee Castleton was wrongly accused of stealing £25,000 from his post office branch in Bridlington in East Yorkshire. The faulty Horizon IT system had actually been to blame. He was taken to court by the post office, ordered to repay the money plus costs of more than £300,000 and declared bankrupt.
The only way to stop it is to prove that I'm not a thief.
Right? It must be a bug. He was portrayed by WILNERA in the ITV drama Mr. Bates versus the Post Office.
People would call me a thief, and they would ridicule my family in the street. My daughter was spat at on the school bus, you know, and it was a very difficult time.
When you get your OBE, what's going to be going through your mind, do you think?
It'll make me shout louder.
I'll be wearing a sari I got specially made from India.
Seema was wrongly convicted of stealing £70,000 from her post office branch in West Byfleet in Surrey. She was 8 weeks pregnant when she was sentenced to 15 months in prison. She served 4.5 months and gave birth wearing an electronic tag.
I said, like, if I can be sent to the prison for the crime I never committed, anything is possible in this world.
How bleak were things for you at that point?
If I would have been pregnant, I would have killed myself.
Do you feel a sense of, at last, the system is giving something back to you?
I say that at least state realized the scandal did happen. They can't put it under the carpet anymore. So they recognize us. I'm really grateful and thankful for that.
As well as Seema and Lee, 2 other former sub-postmasters were named in this year's New Year's Honours list for services to justice. Chris Head and Jo Hamilton. Jo plans to receive her award later in the year.
Seema,
this is Misra for services to justice.
Because I'm gonna kill everybody.
How are you feeling right now?
Not
Happy,
fuck with me.
emotional, you know, being hiding away as a criminal, committed criminal. Now, like, proudly I can show that, you know, title with our medal as well, which is a really proud moment.
What now? What are you going to use this for when it comes to seeking justice?
To fight. I think it'll help us to fight more harder.
Mr. Lee Castleton for services to justice.
How are you feeling?
Elated, really. I'm so happy and so grateful to be here. I feel very honoured.
What did the Princess Royal say, if you can share?
She's very knowledgeable, so she knew all about the background of the cases and the group and how hard we've had to fight. She was very empathetic. She gets it, you know, she really does. And she gives inspiration to carry on to fight. We need to find accountability for those that did this terrible, heinous thing to so many people.
Mr. Christopher Head for services to justice.
It's a huge honour and privilege to receive an award today, you know, for the work that's been done so far by myself and many, many others. You know, tomorrow we'll wake up and we'll carry on where we left off and continue on the fight.
Will this help that fight, do you think?
I hope so. I mean, that's one of the reasons why we accepted it. You know, hoping that this would give, you know, a bit more authority to us in order to stand up and, you know, try and hold the government to account.
Another chapter in this remarkable story of scandal, cover-ups and injustice. But this time, those who've suffered are, at last, not being blamed, but honoured. Tim Muffet, BBC News. And now it's time to join our colleagues with the news where you are.
Thank you, Lewis, and welcome to BBC London. Welcome to the programme with me, Frankie McCamley. A housing association has apologised for a second time after some of its residents received inaccurate service charge bills. The issues came to light after dozens of Notting Hill Genesis residents contacted BBC London to express concern about their spiralling costs and inaccuracies after we reported a previous error. The Housing Association has said it will send out new estimates and refund appropriate charges, which could include bills for a non-existent lift. Our Work and Money correspondent Megan Owen reports. Residents of this block of flats in Wembley have been paying for a lift for the last 2 years. The only thing is, it doesn't exist.
We just don't have a lift in this block. So we've asked for a refund, we've asked multiple times, but Notting Hill Genesis still haven't made that refund. So we're still paying for a lift that doesn't exist.
How much?
It's about £200 this year. Trying to get someone to listen to this and to actually get the refund, it's proving like banging my head against a brick wall.
2 hours after we filmed with the residents, they received an apology from Notting Hill Genesis, who told us certain costs have been incorrectly apportioned, meaning some of our residents have received inaccurate service charge bills. We'll be sending new estimates as well as issuing refunds where
the people that
appropriate.
tried to rape
We
me
recognise the
at the fucking housing associations, and I realized I killed my dad for also trying to rape me. I think he was trying to do the whole, since you're gonna be a batty boy or like kind of thing, hitting me and being all weird. They're like, oh, you actually killed him, huh? I don't think you guys realize it. I typed it out on Facebook months before this happened. Not months, like before. I was like, I'm gonna fucking kill you. And it wasn't even about what he did to me. It was about how he was with my mother. Right? And after that, he actually managed to do that. And I'm like, you are so stupid. How many times am I gonna tell you I don't like you? And I actually told people, I don't think he knew this. When I was leaving Germany, I was like, oh my God, I can't wait to go and spend time with him. And they were like, are you serious? And I was like, I've never lied before. It's not like you've ever asked me and I said like, oh, we have a good, I was just like, this is like actually the first time you've asked. I was like, I can't fucking stand him. Like, just me and him alone, like, gross. I literally told people. I tell them. I told Auntie Natasha. Who, by the way, Shane, he was like, oh, I'm not gonna remember you because of the sandwich thing. I just let you know I'm doing it on purpose. Yeah, I was a big man, even though I was small, and you disrespected me, so no, bye. Do you guys get where I'm going with this right now? So, I mean, he's like, I'm gonna call him my dad, but just for like people are watching, you need to know that I'm not talking about a random guy or some kind of and he I just want to show people what not having daddy issues look like. Some people are like, oh your dad touches you, or maybe you kind of like it, and I'm like, that's what kind of like it looks like. I called the police on him. I had him arrested. Hey, yes, thank you. Oh, can I keep this? I just want to make a video about it. Yeah, thank you. So good. Thank you so much. Oh, I should have said later. No, I want to end the video. Yeah, I just wanted to show you that today's, today's receipt. Do you know what I mean? Right, there you go. Yep. Thank you, guys. And it's kind of, I really wish I could leave it out, just to kind of show everyone, the magic of it, but it's like, I don't know. Fuck. Everything is fucked sometimes, you guys. So yeah, that's been happening for a while. And I actually, so what happened is after that incident, went to court. The police were really embarrassed because they were also homophobic, and they knew who I was from my videos. So they lied and told the judge I was a homeless guy, and they didn't say he was even my father. So they charged me as like knife crime, and you guys, like, they just lied about everything. So basically, how officers get, because you're not supposed to get grounds for arrest unless like whatever, um, and and you know, they've had to make stuff up. So what kind of stuff have they made up? They always need to say stuff like, because basically, if the legal system or the judge can see like obvious evidence that either disproves or proves something, they don't even bother going that far. So what these dumb fake officers keep trying to do is leave stuff out to make it go to trial. I know it's just kind of really stupid. They just kind of hope that like then, and then it's just like, no, right after you go, as soon as it's so that what they'll do, they'll be like, oh, there's no CCTV that can corroborate his side of the story. That they'll just say that, and then they'll be like, I guess we'll have to bring him in and that kind of stuff, only for me to be brought in, and then be told, shit. Not only for me to be, I mean, me just be like, oh, there's CCTV, and there's always this look of like, wait, but the report said there wasn't, and I'm like, okay, but there is, so check it. I've been going through this for the last 4 years. So many, it's like all of these people are raised in some dumb dimension, and it's like no matter how many times I keep saying stop doing that, like as in like I will literally be attacked by a fake officer, and they will literally look at me like this, like they'll actually say the words like, I don't give a fuck if you're a witch, I'm gonna lock you up and you're gonna get punished, literally just to my face, and I'm like, okay, sure. Literally, like I was like, no, I'm not, because you're a stupid bitch. Like I'm not soft with them. I literally be like, no, because you're a stupid bitch. No, it's not illegal to call you a stupid bitch if you're being a stupid bitch. That's just me labeling somebody. Like I'm an officer. I'm like, you suck dick. Shut the fuck up. Like they're like, oh, you can't, and I'm like, that's actually not illegal to say that you suck dick. That's not offensive. Oh, unless you think guys sucking other guys' dicks is offensive, and then that's what I'm like with them, right? These guys will literally look like they're like the boss king of the world, right up until we get to the station. You're so stupid, and then the person's just like, who is this? You know, we didn't have any arrests, like ordered today, or like whatever, or why didn't you put it into the system? And they're all like, they make up some lie, and then they say, but don't put my name on the list. So I'm like, you stupid bitch. I basically do not stop at the shame. I let them know they lose. I let them know I beat you physically, I beat you mentally, I beat you spiritually. I literally whooped your ass. And I looked in the face and told you you're fucking wrong, you're stupid, you don't know the law. And that's exactly what happens 24/7. Some of them even try to get past that. And then they get into the interview. This stupid bitch once did this to me. And she was so annoyed by everything I said. She just went, oh no, looks like the thing wasn't on and that didn't record. And I'm like, okay, well, I guess just do it again. And she's like, oh, I was just joking. It's that bad. And when that's not the case, and they know they can't charge me, they do it anyway because they don't want to lose face. Like they're so embarrassed. They're like, no, I'm gonna charge it anyway, and then they just wait and then drop the charges. But they want me to fret, and they want me to this, and they want me to that. And I'm like, you want me to sweat and fret? Well, I hope you remember that when I'm cursing you. And this is how I operate, you guys. I don't curse people, I kill them with magic. I say with magic because it's like you have to actually know. If I'm threatening to literally go up and actually rip someone's neck open, then that's different. Like I can't just be announcing that I'm talking about how I kill people and like, you know what I mean? That would be a little bit scary. But I really do. I'm talking about magic right now, and the point why I'm talking about magic, and I want it to be you understand. I'm talking about magic and not that, because I'm not trying to paint myself as a roadman, a criminal, or a bad guy. I'm trying to paint myself as a warlock, as a witch. That's the specific aspect of it. Like I want you to know, it says witchcraft. You're fighting. Some of these people even think them can pretend to be a Christian and fight me, and I'm like, look, even if that was true, you're still just turned into a Christian. I don't know if you want to say a prayer and then by tomorrow fighting high level demons. Ooh, I don't think that you're that. You know, it even took Moses a little bit of while to spring him crew from Pharaoh. Correct? It wasn't just like, oh, I am the prophet of the Lord, and then whatever, and then like Pharaoh was like, look, bitch, if you want this, you're gonna have to work. So just skip to that part and stop announcing like who you are and where you come from and who your God is. Like I don't give a fuck. Are we understood? You know that story is bigger than you think. You know, it's strange. It's not as victorious as you think. Like, oh, and then it's like, okay, technically, some of them drowned. I mean, they didn't really have it like that, but like whatever. I don't really get how that was a win. I mean, all he did was just take the messy ones. I mean, I'm so sorry, you guys. I don't really get what you're trying to push. Like, no, read the story. Read the story. It's like, wait, but they have magic too. And you're like, and then it's like, and then they started in church, and then Moses put the staff down, and it turned into a snake. You see how God's powerful? Wow! And I'm like, wait, didn't he only do that because the other guy did that? As in, like, I put the staff down and turned it into a snake, and then you copied it. Yeah, and you're like, oh, but the plagues. I'm like, no, not really. I don't know how magic works. I know how magic works. It's like, I can do that as well. You know what I mean? I don't know, like, how many times have we actually done that to you? Like, a lot. Technically, isn't it because we did that to you why we have your people as slaves in the first place? Like, you're literally just copying us and then being like, the Lord. I'm like, okay. No, you guys, the Bible, that's why I tell you, like, it's so funny. You talk about Yahweh. I'm like, please, this dude is not on your side. Like, don't say the name so willy-nilly. Who told you that? There is a literal verses in the Bible where God said, Israel, if you piss me off one more time, I'm literally just going to give you over to the Egyptians. I'm going to give you over to your enemies. That's like, he literally calls the so-called chosen people sluts. Like, he literally went like, okay, I know sometimes we say literally, we don't mean it. I actually mean it right now. So I'm taking a breath and a conscious thought. He literally said you're like whores. The actual word whores is in the Bible. Sleeping with any and any god they think can get you anywhere. He's like, you're disgusting. And he's Israeli talking about the fucking Jews. He's literally like, okay, gross. It's in the Bible. And I'm like, you guys need to, that's why I say you need to think about God as a person with feelings. What kind of person would be so mad at somebody they went, I'm just gonna get, Yaz was literally acting like Scar. He was like, "Oh, you're dropping, Mufasa? Oh, you're dropping? Oops. I guess he should have been a greater king. Literally. It's in the Bible. No, and I bring that up because it's authority for some people. So for whoever that is, read it again. Niggas fair. Literally. And then that's the iffy part. Then there's a part where it's like, you know what? Because because you actually are disobedient and fucking weird, I am just gonna say you get destroyed. Never mind. Pharaoh, I'm on your side now. Kill him. It's in the Bible. Some of your modern people like to be one-dimensional. They just say, "Oh," and I'm like, that's not what it said. And based on the part that I read for you the other day, that was lethal. Because it's not just, that's why I say you need to be careful. You talk about heaven. I don't think you know what's going on in any of the realms. Because that was God. That was Yahweh. That was the king. Even the basic angels are the same thing. Can you imagine? Big ass Joshua. Joshua, he's supposed to be the be all and end all of whatever at the time. No, crush Jericho. Literally went up to the angel and said, "Are you on my side? Or are you on the side of our enemies?" And the angel said, "Neither." Bro, the angels are saying neither. And the God saying is mulling over. Why are you so confident? Don't piss me off. Because if I piss you off, you won't survive. So back to my dead daddy. I'm gonna be, if people are wondering, like, I didn't get to gloat about this because I had to keep it a secret. And the people were still pretending like he was alive. And I was just like, you don't know? And then some of them did know. And they didn't want to say it to me because they're like, shit, they actually know. They know he's horrible and know what was going on. And they were just jealous of me and using him to get to me. So, in the end, he finally dropped dead in a church. You guys, that is the... Like, didn't I tell you every time I do a spell, I ask for a sign that it's like, come on, he died in the church I hate. The Gospel Tabernacle Assembly in Brixton. Like, you guys literally need to calm down. These people have this nasty ability to pretend like they're the underdog, but they're the ones that think they're better than everybody else. When I came to the church, they judged the shit out of me, act like they're these poor people, and I'm like, you literally live in England. Shut the fuck up. We're so poor, and like you're so like, and then they act like everything. Them times, these are the people that you know those roadmen that think like everyone thinks they're trash and and I'm like, literally nobody cares. Everyone's just doing their own thing. And I had no judgment about drinking and nothing, but they just hide everything. And think if you can't tell him, you can't tell Dalano because he's perfect Christian boy, and he will judge. And it's like those people, once they see you take anything seriously, they just go into this mode. I'm like, no, actually, it's kind of the opposite because I am a serious Christian boy, a perfect golden boy. I actually follow the rules, which says not to judge. That's why I'm powerful. That's why God answers my prayers, because I actually listen to him. Because I am a demon. I am the devil, sorry. I must hurt my chest to say demon. I am a devil. I am the devil. Sorry. And you know, to the red skin and everything. And I honor shit. And I am the son of the, you know, with God, God and with God. I speak trinitarily. So I am the son of the devil and I am the devil. I am the devil and I am with the devil. And I have the devil spirit in me, you know, the infernal flame. The Phoenix Force, I call it. The Holy Spirit, the Phoenix Force. That red scarlet witch energy. Wong, look out. I'm actually serious. I mean, out of respect, I'm not threatening you. I'm literally warning you. Look out. In terms of your multiversal echoes. Wanda is chosen. You can't speak to her like that, even in pretend. She can control everything. And she can get everything that she wants. This guy literally said to her, is there no peace in knowing that even if you can never be with the ones that you love, in another universe you're with them? You guys hear that? So imagine you're hungry and starving, and the people said to you, is there no peace in knowing that in another universe you're full? And I'm like, and how exactly is this, how long is this peace supposed to last? What if I said to you, don't be a dumb bitch. Of course there's some peace, but not enough to fill my belly. Or stop my cells from deteriorating. Or my body from shutting down from lack of nutrients. Just, these people are mad. Look at all the things that happen to her and they go, oh, it's the dark hold. You guys need to relax. Okay, so speaking of the dark hold, you know, so again with this book, you guys, life is just completely. I got this at Camden for £10. This is Camden at 10 quid. Okay, so people looking at me, they're like, where the fuck you got this flipping intense you know, like mystic book from? And it's like, you must have paid the most. I mean, technically that's a lot of money, I guess, but not. Oh yeah, that's not a lot of money. I'm so sorry. That's a lot. That's not a lot. That's nothing. I feel like I ripped that poor guy off. I'm like, I'm so sorry. Like, why is this only 10? I was like, you are too cute. And it had a string that I used to, you know. I'm like, that's not. Sometimes when I look at people, I'm like, you're just gonna stab me in the heart, in the gut like that, in a good way. Jesus Christ! I literally looked at him like, this is 10. Oh my God! Thank you. That's how I feel. Technically, most of the times when I go out, like, I'm like, you guys, I don't really know. That's why I know the news must be fake. Because sometimes they're like, oh, things are bad in England, and I'm like, okay. Oh, I see. Oh, sorry. Yes, things are horrible here. Don't come. And yes, we struggle. Oh, I see. Oh, I see. Can't tell everyone you did. Okay. I mean, it is. Uh, oh my God, guys. God, don't Tom Holland and Chapman. Don't let me tell all the Marvel secrets. Don't let me. uh, but you know, oh my God, I'm so sorry. Hey.
Sorry, how are you?
No, it's alright. I'm good, thank you. Yeah.
Yeah, that's good.
Oh, thank you. There's a little cup of blood there. I'm trying to be positive. It's just been really nice. Um, I need to literally relax. If you guys are wondering, you're like, wait, how come here? And I'm like, I tanned, remember? Like really tan. Like, it was like outside for a long time, so it's really cute. And then I just like gradually get lighter and lighter. And people are like, what the fuck? I'm like, I tanned. And I want people to know, like, you're asking, what's your secret? What do you use on your face? I'm like, literally nothing. No, I'm joking. I really do recommend bio oil, water, just like, you know, Nivea, like, I don't know. Um, I like the moisturizer philosophy with the 3 layers of like molecules that can either sink beneath the skin, in the middle, and then on top. So that means you're gonna need something like what's like a thick like shea butter, cocoa butter, like jojoba oil, something that sits on top of the skin, something that gets a little bit absorbed, like you know, tocopherol, taco, um, you know, hyaluronic acid, stuff like that. And I just like the 3 layers of bedrock getting like moisturized by the rain. Does that make sense? Like, you know how like there's like gravel and like dirt and mud, so it's like these different densities of like of um of earth and soil. I literally won. This is not. I'm not bragging. When I brag, I brag. But this is not bragging. It's just information and joy and talking about the memory. I'm like, ooh, I won. I won a silver medal. I won a medal for a literal art, like a science thing I did, and it was on rocks. I know people were like, you're doing so, okay, so that's the kind of stuff that I'm telling you. I grew up with like this lethal father, where he was making fun of me the whole time because he thought it was stupid, and then I like actually won. Like he literally thought he was patronizing me and being like, oh, he's like, you like imagine like it's like a science class. You can make it on anything, and I made it on rocks, and I just went around. It was about igneous, metamorphic, and sedimentary stones. People were like, technology and iPhone and all this kind of stuff, and I was like, rocks. I was like, there's these different types of rocks, and they affect all these different things, and like, I'm like, this is cool. An igneous rock is formed from fire, pressure, and volcanic eruption. So they all have these like crystalline qualities to them, and they resemble precious stones like rubies, diamonds, etc., etc. And he was making fun of me. And I want people to know I'm a very emotional person, but I'm also very deadly. Very deadly. Because I'll feel like waves of love. but I'm still like, I'm gonna kill the shit out of you. Like it's like you don't get it. Like I don't want you to tell me you're sorry. I just want to see you dead. And that's what I think makes. That's why I tell people I'm a vampire, I'm a demon, I'm the devil. Because it's like when I look at these people, when transgressions happen, I was like, that's when you tell your personality transgressions happen. They're like, oh, I just want this. I want the person to come to justice. I was like, I don't want to see them. And some of you are like, I want to see them suffer, and I'm like, I don't want to see them at all. I want to know that their life is ended. I want to know that they're not breathing anymore. I want to check in with my mind and feel nothing because they're dead. That's how I operate. So when I tell you these stories, do not cry for me, cry for the other person. Say, Jesus Christ. It's unfortunate you pissed this guy off. It's very, very unfortunate. And before I used to just feel things, ever since I discovered witchcraft is real and I can actually do a spell to manifest it, boy, were people in trouble. You know how many people I've killed? I mean, when I say it on the internet, it's like a funny joke, right? I'm the devil and this happens, and people are like, ha, and I'm like, no, I literally kill people with magic. And most of them are actually criminals. So don't worry. That's if you're wondering, like, wait a minute, how is this guy like then talking about? And I'm like, yeah, because it's true. I'll be like, oh, I killed this guy, this guy, this guy, this guy, and you're like, so why isn't he in jail for it? And because when the police look up who I killed and what they were doing, they were like, that's why they make shows after me like Dexter and stuff like that. Because they're like, you're actually horrible. So you talk about, oh, you killed your father. I'm like, yeah, the guy that like basically hits his wife, his kids, is cheating on her behind her back. Like the list just goes on. Not just cheating, sleeping with people that don't like her, and plotting together with enemies. You guys, you don't get the list of like stuff. It's literally just like, he does what? And I'm like, yeah. Say I actually, that's why my dad, I don't invite him to school. He does not do the parent, he does not parent. Like I don't, I'm like, stay away from me. Right? Like say my mom comes to school, it's like different. Everybody loves my mom. You know, if me and someone has a problem, you know, my mom will start to cry and embarrass me. Never. Because no, mothers kind of have to embarrass you. That's like how they are. But until we make up or something. I know it actually happened. They were like, it just literally started to cry. Like, oh no, it's just so cute. My dad will literally laugh with the person. So like, say he's like, Dalano, you know, stupid big ears boy. My dad will literally start laughing. And you're right, he is stupid and does have big ears. Like that's what my dad's like. But what he didn't get was that he was so thick sometimes. Because I was like, these are literally my friends. Do you know what we did together? And like, they have no idea, my friends. Me and we're like telepathic. I don't know if it's telepathic. That's not enough. It's like we just see the future. We just like look. Okay? They will literally pretend and go along with it. And then fuck you later. That's not literally, because that's not like exactly what I would do. Say I was like, and somebody came, and then they were like, oh, you know, oh, sorry. We'd all be like, what? We all love this person. Okay, we're doing something. We all practice black magic, so and some of them are a little bit more physical than I. But you understand the sentiment I'm trying to make. So everybody knows. So if you're wondering what's happening, nothing, because he's dead. And I'm literally showing out with my classmates because they're like, you always told us you're gonna kill him one day. You kill him one day, and I was like, it finally happened. This fat, fucking ugly swine is now breathing deep 6 feet underground. Life is good. I don't care, life. You can do whatever you want, baby. I'm not gonna be one of these dumb girls that say you have to hit it from the back or hit it from. I'm like, you just do you. Whew. But what you've been doing. Okay, a few notes, but yeah. Are we clear on that? I think we are. And so even the police thought like, yo, he just died, and I was just like, oh my god. Okay. Oops. Fat ugly fuck. Fat ugly dumb shit. But I said to him, I'm done with your bullshit. But like, what you just said to me? And he like tried to like attack me, and I'm like, I said, dead person. Died how I wanted. You guys, you could have died. Oh, it's like almost like you don't get it. You know, he's like, I think he's like 50 something. Like he's young. Like he's not some old gray guy. Like he's like 6'4". Like you know what this guy looks like? He's on my Facebook page. You can see him. David Robert Nelson, David R. Nelson. Guy looks like Kingpin from Affleck and Garner. Daredevil. No. Yeah. Yeah. Hmm? And I put him in, and the police officers that wanted to keep using him to hurt me, you know what they did? Literally reopened the case and then put me under investigation. And then lie and said there's no witnesses. I'm like, it literally happened in a house full of like roommates who were all there when the police came. Sometimes I was like, oh my god, everybody saw him get arrested. You're just so ridiculous. So Vinesh, who thinking that your family doesn't love you, your family doesn't want you. I'm like, so if you're in England and you hear rumors that my family don't talk to me, there are people who think my family is my dad's side of the family who we never met. It's them they're talking about. I was like, no, we don't talk to them. It's the other way around. Fucking dummies. Diablo. Castellero del Diablo. Concha y Toro. 1883. I love this. Produced in Chile for Concha y Toro UK Limited. Bottled by UK, bottled by W1743 CH24LF, comma CH24LF, comma UK, imported into the EU by Sweden. Dalagatan 34, Stockholm, Sweden. That is a lot of that's really cool. So the death spell. What is a death spell? What is a spell? It's a probability manipulation meditation. Okay, it's a. How do I visualize a reality I want to create? It is heart attack. I aimed for aneurysm is what I got. Stupid bitch. He was on life support, and oh, so glorious. Oh. You know, and everyone actually played it up because they thought I like really wanted to see him, and they were like, "Oh, your dad's dad." I was like, "You are so stupid. You're next though." Because it's a bunch of batty boys, you guys, batty boys and faggots that think that. Do you know those men, and they get all their approval from some other male? So they really think I'm this guy that, like, if only my dad would accept me, I would, like, be more masculine. Like, that's the kind of energy. I'm like, oh my god, I'm the man of the house since before I was born. Nobody listens to you. You're a mule. Just go to work and give mom the check, and we're good. And that's technically what our life was like. I know. And mommy's mother's always felt so fucking guilty. She's like, he just does not. Like, I mean, like, it would be a thing where it would be like, he would be like, son, such and such and such and such. I'd be like, looking at mother. Approved or. I literally just couldn't stand him. It's almost like you don't get it. My mother could, she could literally slap me in the face, you guys, and it's still a nice time. Right, but this fucking dog I just hate every fucking thing. I'm like, your fucking breath, the way you breathe, the way you slouch around on your shitty stomach. Oh god. Dumb mannerisms. Yeah. your lack of mention. You know, he will never. You know, it's dinner time, right? And I'm always like, mommy, this is perfect. You're magic. Like, and just ripping in to how, like, you know, how did you do this? This is supreme, superb, fantastic. You know how they do with the uh the the sausage, the hot dog and spaghetti ratio. You know, you're like genius. You know, today's dinner was inspired. You've really figured this out. Brilliant woman. That's like how I talk. I know. I didn't realize it was a thing, but I guess it's kind of cool, so I'm gonna say it. Like I call her woman sometimes, and I really didn't, not out of disrespect, because I just didn't. I just, that word just is not a bad word to me. For some people, it's a bad word. It's a lesser word. I'm like, woman. This is superior. Like that's how I will say sometimes. Oh yeah, I do. I'm not. I'm not. No, seriously, I'm not. I'm so sorry. I'm not. I'm not being disrespectful. This just came out. These are metaphors. They apply to who they apply to. And that's it. And he just doesn't say anything. I'm like, it's a bit weird actually. And I didn't realize more till I was like, but isn't she literally perfect? How come we don't speak of this more often? This is inspired. I would say it like yes, but you know, sometimes I don't say it often. Well, yeah, it was mostly when she's up. I don't know. And the police is gonna tell me, you know, no, we went to court and she said it exactly as such. She's like, oh no, he's always been loving and completely perfect. But this, you know, as always, she did not throw him under the bus. She just expressed. It's like I ask people, so is the world gonna burn? And they're like, oh, they don't know. I'm like, of course you know. I asked you a question. And you know my circumstances. I said, is the world gonna burn? Hey, if somebody tells me sorry, the whole thing's going up because I'm like, good boy. You know, no, I'm serious. You know, people who know me know me. Yeah, they know me. I'll be at a literal orgy and be like, "Oop, sorry, mommy needs dinner. Gotta go. Bye." Let it be known, okay? There's no one-dimensional faggots anywhere. Everybody have their business to handle. This is a playground, and children must play. But then, like always, we have our things to do. And I'm not the only one. It's the same. I'll be with someone you think this guy is some Brian ass motherfucker, and he's like, ring, 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 shit, gotta go, and gotta pick my kids up. Like, good. Perfect situation to be blue balled in. Really? God. Well, fuck. Wife said car broke down. Gotta go. Just enough. They're like, what? I'm like, yeah. What do you think this is? What do you think happened? It's like nothing. I'm a nursery school teacher. Okay? It's not so horrible everywhere. Are you kidding? Yeah, it's not a bunch of weird, depraved, drugged out dummies that don't know what's going on. I'm like, that's not the case at all. And there's mutual understanding. If it's not somebody's sister or their cousin, or everybody have business to take care of. And when you start buying into some pathetic loser and you know, weird ass personality trait, you're buying into a false reality that sometimes won't get you killed. You act like this because none of us not playing around. None of us not playing around. And when somebody come and start acting weird, like this random ass guy that looked like him come from some American sitcom show that like never used to play on TV. And the guy literally said to me like, you know, let's look up. I'm like, what? He's like, you know, I thought I'm hot, you're hot, like, and I'm like, what? Look, just None of these people are gay. Does that make sense? I am not gay. Does that make sense? This is not shame. I am not gay. I don't care if you saw them in glitter and a tutu. That's not what I'm talking about. Everybody, these people have things to do. And like literally like I'm like, you guys are actually amazing. Actually really like you and it's really cool. This whole thing. I mean, every group has problems. I've been hurt before. You know, I've been like, ooh, that kind of genuinely, literally, like, that actually literally did destroy me. And that hurt me a little bit. Like, you know, wish I could brag more, but I'm sick of like the perception stuff. You know, it's like, how many times am I gonna tell you, oh, are you high? Are you okay? I'm like, yes. To both those questions, yes, I'm high and yes, I'm okay. Not, and can how many fingers am I holding up? Not enough. Okay? Life experience, you guys. Some of you still want to see me as somebody that's literally still in high school and I haven't been out in the world. I have now been out in the world. I now understand things. To a degree. Not like that. Not like spiritually. Like I mean, as much as the regular like you get what I'm trying to say. So to people like Sonia and Derek Williams at Gospel Tabernacle Center, don't talk to me, you guys. And don't tell the police you know me. We don't know each other. Okay? You judged me and you forgot I'm not a child. I'm 32 years old. And I'll bust your face in, Derek, if you forget that. Okay? And Sonia, same thing. I don't care if you're a woman. I just use magic to do it. To be real, if nobody was looking, I'd clap you in the face, but whatever. Okay? Stop judging me. I never judged you a day in my life since I'll get there. Are you judging me now? Excuse me? But I don't know what kind of things you got into when you went out in the world, and I'm like, you know what? I got into being a fucking criminal, so stop and watch the way you talk to me. That's what I got into. Clapping you in the face, bitch, for talking to me like you have some authority with Jesus or God. And some people really forget that about me. Bro, unless you're in nomine Patrice said 3 days free sanctity, shut the fuck up. I don't give a fuck about your opinion. Like I really do feel pity for people that struggle with social. Somebody even tried to do it. You know, like, yes, I care about what people think, and I'm like, no, you're not gonna do that. You're not gonna do the whole I'm gonna own it and then everyone's gonna accept it. Like, no, they're not. I know you don't. Caring about what people think is literally slavery, homophobia. It's like, okay, no, I don't. I'm sick of telling people I don't do drugs. Because whatever you think that drugs does to people, that's not what it does to me. So never mind, I don't do drugs. Drugs is my dumb ass brother, like ex-brother. Getting high and drinking and leaving his truth. And his glasses, he's blind as fuck, by the way. And he wears these thick ass lenses. Okay? And he thought it was a good idea when he got drunk to take his glasses off, take his shoes off, and put his bags and his belongings down and go for a walk through a park for 2 hours. Barefoot. It just sucks. Like that is the stupidest thing at night I ever imagined. I love barefoot walks through gardens in the day, like under controlled circumstances. You thick, stupid bitch. And oh, this is the story of my brother. It's actually kind of, you can make a movie out of this if you want. I literally raised him in the coven my mother raised us in. And he's decided to forsake all of the magic and the guidance of the spirits. And you guys, he has just been deteriorating. I mean, I single-handedly used to have so much respect for him, and then he actually turned into a fucking idiot. It's actually so funny. My mother warned that this would happen. She always used to say, "A mental illness running your dad's side of the family, running David's side of the family." Oh, you know what's funny? When my dad talks to me about my mother, he always goes, "Your mother this, your mother that," and I'm like, right, I love it. He never says my wife or Lorna. He just says your mother, your mother, your mother. Because in his mind, that was an insult. I was like, what? How can he say that? So stupid. What do you mean? Your mother? Like, how is that? You know, when people go like, oh, who dressed you? Your mother? Like, nobody says, like, I'd be like, yes. They're like, no, don't do that to yourself. No, you're true. You're right. I shouldn't. You're not all. It's not always the. It's sometimes it's just compassion. It's just not compassion. It's like this innocence. Like I literally start to cry. Like, what's wrong with mommy dressing me? And they're like, oh my god, never mind. I didn't mean it like that. Like, because I feel like. This is your mother. But when mother is David this, David that. No, I'm joking. And sometimes she says like, you know, you used to love your father when you were little. And I'm like, yeah, before he yelled at you. And she forget that. So I'm reminding her, no, anybody that act like that dead. No. You tell him too many times to not do things, and too many times to do things, and too many times it doesn't get done. Okay? I am not standing for it. She's looking at me like, oh, and she probably worried for my soul. Don't worry, mommy, I work it out with heaven and hell, poor cute thing. And I'm probably concerned about the because she knows which oh, you know, honor your mother, your father, say this might be long. And I'm like, I think exactly. Honor your mother and your father. So you are my mother and my father. This thing is not one of us. And in the end, never will be. Do you guys know where that's from? That's John Noble. As Henry. In this show, this universe called Sleepy Hollow. You know, and that whole thing is like me and my mom. You know, she probably just like how I'm like, you know, because I'm a soulmate coach. You know that, right? I can find people's soulmates, and I'll be like, wait, but who? And I'm like, oh, so I don't think people know this, but romance is not the forefront of life. Some people's soulmates aren't romantic. Like I'm like, oh, your soulmate's your son, but like sometimes I'm like, oh, your soulmate's your mother, or your soulmate's your sister, or this person's your soulmate. You're like, oh, so what does that mean? It just so there you go. So what does that mean for my romantic relationships? It just means like they'll be amazingly fulfilling, but just not like that. Oh, you're like, yeah, you're just like not gonna prioritize that over this. This is just gonna be the best thing, and then that will just be that. Like Ruth and Naomi kind of like energy. You know how it was like Boaz or like whatever, but like then they died or like I don't know. It doesn't matter. They they broke their promise. And as a result, you know, whatever. Can you like, yeah, I think so. So I'm like, I actually mean it. I think my mom is my soulmate. I think Lorna, I think it really is true. I just don't think there's gonna be like a romantic relationship that I'm gonna prioritize. It just means like, what do you mean? It just means you're always gonna pick them over. So like, doesn't matter which guy I go out with. Doesn't matter who I date. If it's you or mommy, it's mommy. So don't like in. I know like for me with Bella, I was like, oh my god, I would never join that viper or snake. It's weird people. Over my harebrained bitch. I was like, you're turning her as well. And whoever else she wants to turn. On the whim that she wants to turn it. I don't care. I was like, that is horrifying. But okay. You know, that's why I watch these things. And like, I'm not. Wash yourself for me. The sugar and the taste so sweet. And they die for you. I do you. Okay. Ooh. Okay, this looks nice and ringy. Okay. So the soulmate coach thing is real. It's just like a spell, it's an energy, and I have like okay, all right.
The truth is this: as a person, you have dependency needs, and this is true for the totality of your life. Human beings are a superbly relationally dependent
See my hands?
If you look to infancy, you will discover that human infants are entirely dependent on their adult caregivers. It is dependent for all of its needs on these adult caregivers for a very, very long time compared to other species. which we are perfectly able to recognize as relationally dependent. This means you have dependency needs as an adult. These are needs that you either cannot give yourself, or needs that even if you can give them in some way to yourself too, that does not remove the need to get them from others. In order to thrive and be healthy on a physical, emotional, mental, and even spiritual level, you need these dependency needs to be met. Because human beings are one of the most naturally social and naturally relationally dependent species in existence. The truth is this: as a person, you have dependency needs, and this is true for the totality of your life. Human beings are a superbly relationally dependent species. If you look to infancy, you will discover that human infants are entirely dependent on their adult caregivers. It is dependent for all of its needs on these adult caregivers for a very, very long time compared to other species, which we are perfectly able to recognize as relationally dependent. This means you have dependency needs as an adult. These are needs that you either cannot give yourself, or needs that even if you can give them in some way to yourself too, that does not remove the need to get them from others. In order to thrive and be healthy on a physical, emotional, mental, and even spiritual level, you need these dependency needs to be met. Because human beings are one of the most naturally social and naturally relationally dependent species in existence. The truth is this: as a person, you have dependency needs, and this is true for the totality of your life. Human beings are a superbly relationally dependent species. If you look to infancy, you will discover that human infants are entirely dependent on their adult caregivers. It is dependent for all of its needs on these adult caregivers for a very, very long time compared to other species, which we are perfectly able to recognize as relationally dependent. This means you have dependency needs as an adult. These are needs that you either cannot give yourself, or needs that even if you can give them in some way to yourself too, that does not remove the need to get them from others. In order to thrive and be healthy on a physical, emotional, mental, and even spiritual level, you need these dependency needs to be met. Because human beings are one of the most naturally social and naturally relationally dependent species in existence. The truth is this: as a person, you have dependency needs, and this is true for the totality of your life. Human beings are a superbly relationally dependent species. If you look to infancy, you will discover that human infants are entirely dependent on their adult caregivers. It is dependent for all of its needs on these adult caregivers for a very, very long time compared to other species, which we are perfectly able to recognize as relationally dependent. This means you have dependency needs as an adult. These are needs that you either cannot give yourself, or needs that even